Continue reading Bhagavad Gita Mahatmya chapter 4. The glories of chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita Mahatmya from the Padma Purana. Lord Vishnu said, "My dear Lakshmi, now I will describe the glories of the 4th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. On the bank of the river Ganges, there is a town of the name Kashi, Banaras, where the temple of Vishwanath, a great saint of the name Bharata, lived. Daily, with the greatest devotion, he would recite the 4th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Previously, when Bharat had been travelling on pilgrimage, he had gone to the town of Tapodan to take darshan of the deity of Lord Krishna there. While leaving the town, he saw 2 bael fruit trees. Deciding to take rest under the shade of those trees, he lay down, using the root of one of the trees as a pillow and a root of the other to rest his feet upon. After some time, when Bharat left from that place, those 2 trees started to dry up. Within 5 or 6 days, both trees completely dried up and died. The 2 souls who had been living in those trees took their next birth as the daughters of a very pious Brahmana. Once, when those girls had reached to the age of 7 years, they had gone on pilgrimage to Kasi, Banaras. While wandering in Kasi, they happened to see the great sage Bharata. When they saw Bharat Maharaj, they immediately went and fell at his feet, and in a sweet voice said, "O Maharaj Bharata, due to your mercy, we both become freed from the tree form of life." When Bharat Maharaj heard their statement, he became surprised. He inquired from them, "My dear daughters, where and when did I came in contact with you and free you from the form of trees? Also kindly inform me how you attained the form of trees, because I do not know anything of this matter." Therefore, those 2 girls first informed Bharata Maharaj the reason for their attaining the form of trees. The 2 girls said, "Maharaj, on the bank of the river Godavari there is a sacred place of the name Chinnapap. At that place there was a rishi of the name Sachatapa. He was performing very great and difficult austerities. In the hot season he would sit in between many fires, and in the cold season he would stand in the cold river. In the course of time he became completely pure and had complete control of his senses, and slowly he attained the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Lord Brahma started visiting Delhi to take darshan of Sachatapa and put questions before him about the devotional service of Lord Krishna. Lord Indra, meanwhile, was becoming very worried, seeing the elevated position of Sachatapa, thinking that he might one day usurp his own position as king of heaven. At that time, Lord Indra called the 2 of us, who in that birth were apsaras in the heavenly kingdom, and instructed us, "Go and cause the fall down of Sachatapa before he tries to usurp me from my position." After receiving the Lord's instructions, we left from his presence and went to the bank of the Godavari river, where Sachatapa was performing austerities. At that time, we both started to sing and dance very provocatively close to Sachatapa, with the intention of causing that sage to engage in a sexual relationship with us. While dancing, our covering cloth slipped down and our breasts became visible. At that time, taking water in his hand, that sage cursed us in the following words: "You both go and become bael trees on the bank of the river Ganga." Upon hearing this curse, we both fell at his lotus feet and begged his forgiveness. "My dear sage, please forgive us, for we are simply the servants of Lord Indra." Seeing our submissive attitude, that sage became pleased and informed us that we would remain as trees until Maharaj Bharat came in contact with us. And he also blessed us that we would be able to remember our previous births. "My dear Maharaj Bharata, at the time when you were visited Tapodan, you rested beneath us. When where in the form of a Beatrice you were reciting the 4th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and by hearing the recitation we not only became free from the three form of life and attained birth in a devotee family, also we lost all our desire for enjoying in this material world. Lord Vishnu said, "My dear Lakshmi, when those two girls recited their history before Bharat Maharaj, he became very happy and left for his ashram. Those two girls throughout their life carefully recited the 4th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita daily and attained devotion to my lotus feet."